welcome to today's Home Hunt from Border Home Inspection. I'm in an attic today of a 2002 house, and I discovered there's no insulation in the attic space of the garage, which is, it happens, but it's pretty unusual to find it after 20 years. So that's one thing I wanted to point out here. Make sure that you have your attic checked in the garage. Another thing I wanted to point out here, something that most people don't realize or don't know, and it might not be a problem in this case, but it might be, so I'm going to warn my customer about it. So here's the issue. When they're building this house, they put sheathing on the roof line of the original roof, and then they build this peak out here because we got two perpendicular roof lines, or two gable lines that come together. And I have seen numerous situations where the heat from the house will escape up through the insulation in the main attic space, and it, for whatever reason, it doesn't get the air movement it needs because of this false sealing in here, this sheathing, and it creates frost. That frost will eventually run down this sheathing and usually drips off at this point down here. Now, again, I don't know for sure what all the science is behind it, but it just seems like it needs more space, more airspace, more air movement in there. So that's what happens. In this case, it might not have happened, but when I look at the insulation or the vapor barrier rather, you can see that there has been some stains here, so it has leaked for some reason, and I'm betting that that's the reason. So if you have this scenario and you have water dripping in your house, this sometimes will be the problem. So my recommendation would be to take a Sawzall and cut some openings, multiple openings in this sheathing here between the two roof lines, and allow the air to move better.